A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events over the weekend, President Donald Trump announced sweeping tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China, igniting a potential trade war that could have far-reaching implications for the global economy. The announcement came just hours after Trump stated his desire for a positive relationship with China during the Davos Economic Forum. However, the reality of his administration's trade policies appears to be at odds with that sentiment. The tariffs imposed include a hefty 25% on imports from Canada and Mexico, alongside a 10% tariff on Chinese goods. This marks a significant shift in trade dynamics, particularly as the US, Canada, and Mexico have been operating under a free trade agreement since the inception of NAFTA in 1994. The immediate response from Canada and Mexico was swift, with both countries announcing their own levies on US goods, highlighting the interconnected nature of North American trade. China's response, however, was notably more subdued. The Ministry of Commerce in Beijing refrained from announcing specific retaliatory tariffs, instead indicating that it would take corresponding countermeasures to firmly safeguard its rights and interests. This measured approach suggests that China is choosing to play the long game, possibly looking to position itself as a champion of global trade principles by appealing to the World Trade Organization, WTO, to challenge the US tariffs. Experts suggest that Beijing's decision to engage the WTO reflects its desire to seize the moral high ground in the trade dispute. As trade policy expert Julian Chase noted, both Trump and Xi Jinping may see an opportunity for negotiation, albeit for different reasons. The geopolitical landscape is shifting, and tariffs are increasingly being used as tools for signaling power rather than merely adjusting trade balances. Deborah Elms from the Heinrich Foundation emphasizes that China's appeal to the WTO allows it to frame the dispute around the principles of global trade, showcasing its commitment to the international trading system despite the challenges it faces. This move not only reinforces China's position, but also allows it to demonstrate to its domestic audience that it is adhering to global norms, while the US is perceived as acting unilaterally. As the tariffs loom, analysts warn of the potential economic fallout. The Peterson Institute for Economic Affairs estimates that the tariffs could significantly impact the US economy, with projections suggesting a $200 billion hit over the next 4 years due to the tariffs on Canada and Mexico alone. Additionally, the tariffs on Chinese goods could lead to a separate contraction of $55 billion in the US economy and a $128 billion contraction in China's economy. The automobile and electronics sectors are expected to bear the brunt of the tariffs, particularly as they rely heavily on integrated supply chains across North America. Canada's energy exports, which previously enjoyed tariff-free access to the US market, will now face a 10% levy, raising concerns about rising costs for consumers. The agricultural sector is also at risk, with popular food items such as avocados and tomatoes likely to see price increases due to the new tariffs. In contrast to Canada and Mexico, analysts believe China is in a relatively stronger position to negotiate with the US due to its larger economy, which stands at approximately $19 trillion compared to the US GDP of about $30 trillion. This economic heft gives China leverage that its North American counterparts may lack, allowing it to navigate the trade landscape more effectively. Despite the challenges posed by the tariffs, experts suggest that China may be biding its time, waiting for the right moment to respond decisively. Steve Okun, CEO of APAC Advisors, posits that Beijing's current strategy is more about establishing a narrative that positions it as compliant with global trade rules while the US is seen as the aggressor. This approach not only appeals to domestic audiences, but also helps maintain China's standing in the international community. As the situation continues to evolve, all eyes will be on the upcoming negotiations and potential retaliatory measures from China. The possibility of reviving a trade deal from 2020, which included China's agreement to purchase $200 billion worth of US goods, could also play a role in shaping future discussions. However, the pandemic disrupted those plans and left many obligations unmet, complicating the path forward. In conclusion, Trump's tariffs have set the stage for a complex and potentially destabilizing trade environment. As countries navigate the fallout from these policies, the implications for global trade and economic stability remain uncertain. While the immediate effects are being felt across various sectors, The long-term consequences will depend on how nations respond and adapt to the new trade landscape. The coming weeks and months will be crucial as the world watches to see if diplomacy can prevail over economic confrontation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.